Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Acupuncture's My Life. Now, in this episode, I really want to jump back into discussing alcohol and some of its short-term as well as long-term effects on your body. And I'm doing this because I was approached in the supermarket by an individual who listens to the Acupuncture is My Life podcast regularly. And she noticed, and she'd ask, why am I always talking bad about alcohol? Alcohol has some good points to it. And, you kind of have to take the bad with the good, so forth and so on. I said, I disagree. I disagree. I don't find anything good about drinking alcohol. It has various types of effects on a person's body, and alcohol is usually sapped up or absorbed through your digestive system and put into your blood, and this usually happens in less than an hour. And with that being the case, it really short term, but within an hour, it hits your blood at its highest point. Just thinking about that should be cause for concern. Okay? Just take a second and think about that. That should be cause for concern. But just even starting with the basics. One, you should be concerned about weight gain. Alcohol can contain more than 7 calories per gram, whereas one small drink can contain over 100 calories. And this is excluding any sugary flavorings or other components you may mix with it. And sometimes drinking can cause a person to indulge in food or overeat, especially when you're in a social environment. I need my green tea. Gosh, I haven't had green tea in 3 days, just for the record. But some would eat to sort of help absorb the alcohol or buffer its effects. Any way you put it, it's just not good. And another thing many of you are already aware of but don't care is how it affects your liver. There's nothing positive about the way a person's liver is affected as a result of drinking alcohol, because the job of your liver is to rid your body of toxins, including alcohol, because alcohol is a toxin inside of the body. And sometimes we're in social environments or whatever, and we're just putting down drinks, and now your liver is struggling to keep up with detoxifying, or the job of detoxifying the body, getting rid of this alcohol, the toxins that you're putting in. And eventually it can cause, or liver cirrhosis can occur. And this is usually when your liver cells die because of drinking alcohol. And drinking alcohol over an extended period of time can lead to fatty liver disease. And I've done episodes on that in the past. And this is a sign of addiction. And you need to see an acupuncturist immediately. Because there are certain protocols to help with drug addiction, alcohol addiction, smoking, which is why I'm always saying make acupuncture part of your life. Now, another negative effect alcohol has on the body is its impact on a person's Wei Qi. Now, some of you are wondering, what's Wei Qi? It's sort of like your immune system. And there's other forms of Qi that, another form that acts in a similar fashion. And I'll do a separate episode on that. But it does worsen your immune system. Because alcohol can deplete a person's immune system, making you more susceptible to disease, various types of pathogenic influences. And if you drink regularly, you're more likely to get diseases such as tuberculosis and pneumonia, more so than a non-drinker would. Because excessive consumption of alcohol reduces a person's ability to fight infections. And in some cases, as long as like 24 hours later. And so many individuals are unaware of that, which I find quite interesting. But you want to know something? Do me a favor. If you're lifting something heavy right now, whether it's at home, the gym, at work, doesn't matter. Rest it down. And if you're operating a vehicle, if it has wheels, pull it over to the side of the road. Propellers or wings landed immediately. And if you're crossing the street, hurry up and safely get across the street. Now I need you to close your eyes. And I need you to say to yourself, acupuncture is my life. And now open it. And guess what? You are now brand new. And brand new you are. Now another negative effect is hangover. I mean, that feels, in my younger college days, undergrad, degrees, my first undergrad. Degrees after that, nope. Because I don't know how people can look forward to a hangover. And it's not like, and don't say, oh, we don't look forward to it. You have to know that it comes overnight, i.e. the next day. You know it's coming. If you're a regular hardcore drinker, you know it's coming. And it's the worst feeling in the world. The worst. And I've had individuals come in struggling to get over that hangover the next day, and I needle governing vessel 24. They hate it, but it just clears up pathways like immediately. Once that needle hits that point, boom, that hangover disappears within 3 seconds, based on my experience. But I have acupuncture colleagues who've said the same thing. But, in some individuals, you don't have to be a heavy drinker. Some individuals get a hangover just from having one drink. And because usually the extent of a hangover is usually determined by how a person's body tends to break down alcohol. Because alcohol causes a wide variety or a multitude of reactions when you consume it. Now, this I want to highlight, this next point, and that's how alcohol can reduce both the white and the gray matter of your brain. That's dangerous. That's not good. Because for one, losing gray matter in your brain can lead to big changes in a person's personality. And quick actions, mood changes, can cause them to get violent. And if you've been drinking for an extended period of time, you may notice that you're forgetting things or having trouble with words. Ever notice that? Because if you have, see an acupuncturist right away. because alcohol can also reduce a person's quality of life. Why? Because drinking extensively over an extended period of time leads to numerous health and mental benefits or concerns. I'm sorry, not benefits, concerns. The benefits come once you stop. But you see, some of these dangers, they can't be avoided by abstaining from drinking. Because when both the brain and the liver are damaged as a result of drinking too much alcohol, your quality of life might be severely harmed. Okay? Alcohol is a depressive drug. And people tend to binge drink. And I'm not talking about binge drinking as like fraternity parties or college parties where they're just really dropping like gallons on top of gallons. Binge drinking to me is like your third or fourth drink. 4 to 5 days a week. And you see, the more alcohol you consume, you're at a greater risk of long-term alcohol-related complications. You really should consider herbal teas, room temperature water. And you can have fun with herbal teas, mixing it up, doing your research, or sitting with an acupuncturist, discussing the health benefits of various types of herbal teas. And you can really have fun with it. It's great tasting, and it's good for the body. Sit with an acupuncturist. Why? Because we understand health as well. We know the wealth is not in a bank or in a cryptocurrency account. We know the wealth is not in your pocket, purse, or wallet. The wealth is also not under your mattress, nor is it in the shoebox in the closet. The wealth is in you. Okay? But another effect of alcohol on the body is it can reduce heart health. Because it could damage your heart in more ways than you can imagine. It can cause arrhythmias, cardiomyopathy, stroke, elevated levels of blood pressure, and more. So if you suffer from high blood pressure and you notice that you drink regular, you notice that your heart is not beating in a normal rhythm, seeing acupuncturists, that's one of the first things they'll inquire about, is if you drink or not. In some ways we can tell when we're assessing you as well, but just as confirmation. And in others, it's the overall effect on a person's mental health. Because again, alcohol functions as a central nervous system depressant. Sometimes it can have a thrill effect, and sometimes it can have a sedating effect. Because like excitement often, let's say at lower dosages, may be attributed to alcohol decreasing the inhibitory areas of the brain. Yeah, think about that. There's no such thing as safe drinking to an acupuncturist. Many things happen that are bad when you drink. Okay? So just do me a favor and simply make acupuncture part of your life. It'll change your life, trust me. Because acupuncture is my life. What's yours?